Hello, it is a Tuesday of a long weekend for me, and I figured I would check in with, well, I scheduled it for an anxiety video check-in video on Monday, but that did not happen. So, hey, let's not get anxious about it. Let's do it on Tuesday. And the purpose of these videos is to just sort of give myself space to go, okay, how are you doing, Jay? What's going on with you? Are you laughing a little too nervously? Where are you at? I think there's a core level at the top of this, which is I'm feeling tired, which is just had the hour change, and probably I skate pretty close to the sun on skate pretty close. I fly for pretty close to the sun, or I'm skating on thin ice, I guess would be the more accurate ways of saying it, with my sleeping schedule. Like how much sleep I get. I go to bed late and I get up relatively early for to get some either reading done or to get some writing done. I slept in today a bit, which is not a bad thing, but that means I got less reading done, which is too bad. Maybe I will knock it off after this and a little bit of writing and just sort of read for a little bit, because that also helps me even when I'm reading fairly nasty stuff about the Nazis during World War II. Um, so there's that. I am definitely on the tired part of the thing. And what can solve that? Going to bed at a decent hour and trying to get a really good night's sleep, which is what I will try and do tonight. Try and get off into bed, get in, have a bath, and then get into bed and get some sleep tonight. That would be the smart thing to do. We'll see how smart I can be, but there's that level. Um, I've been writing a lot of erotica lately, and I'm definitely kind of slide. I know I have a cycle of I do a lot, I write a lot of it, and then I end up feeling a lot of self disgust and going, oh, why am I doing this? Why am I wasting my time on this? I should be writing something better. And then I just stop and I go cold on it for a while. Maybe I try and write something else, and then I kind of go back into it. I get the hunger again. I get the probably, honestly, kind of sexual drive back again. And so that seems to happen in cycles. And at the moment, I know where I am in the cycle, which is like, why am I doing this? Kind of getting down on myself. Um, so there's that, which is not a great place to be. Not a great place to be. It's a valid bit of my creativity. Is it high creativity? No, it's pretty low down on the scale creativity. But it's me being creative, creating something myself, and I should try. I would like to just sort of honor that. Um, yeah, I would like to honor that. So there's that. Um, had some had some tough stuff at work with a resident who I would not be surprised if she's had gone to the hospital. I wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't come back from the hospital. That's the kind of the end of her stay. I mean, maybe not, but that's sort of where it got left. So I think there's that is kind of in my head at the moment as kind of it's like that's a sad thing. And um, with the population I work with, there's a good number of them that are elderly, so that's going to happen. So it's kind of being aware of that, and I'm aware that sort of we've done everything that we can to give them a good life, and this is a natural part of life is you know transitioning out of this house perhaps into something else, which is probably more getting closer to end of life stage. So there's that going on too. So you know it's yeah, it's not that great. um I did do a bunch of reviews yesterday, which I still haven't looked at, and in some ways I felt like I kind of gave up and went, okay, just fuck it, I'm gonna review them, versus doing a whole bunch of prep work because I had like so many. So I did three yesterday, just bang, 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 bang them all out. Um, I feel better having done that, just to kind of get it off my plate. It's kind of a shame. Some of the books maybe deserve more thoughtful check-ins with it. I have my own standards of how much I should bring to a video, and a lot of times I don't come to that level in my videos. But you just got to do with what you can do. But I did do them. I did do them. So I that was a good thing for yesterday. It's funny. I watched the Banshees of Inisherin last night, and there's kind of a deep, kind of a sadness, a loneliness to that movie, a hurt that is carried in characters, and also just sort of a sense of time passing. Um, that you only have a certain amount of time left in this world, and what are you going to leave? And I mean, the hard truth is, even if you're fabulously creative and you do lots of things, a lot of it probably will not. The amount of stuff that actually lives on and lives on for a significant amount of time, Mozart being the example that was used in the movie, is vanishingly small. Like for every Mozart, there are thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of artists who have never who plied their trade, did stuff, and then were never heard of again. They died, and their whatever they left behind was pretty much left behind. I think I kind of look at that movie and think that the character who makes that decision to focus only on his art uh, is kind of losing something, in that the reason we do art isn't so much to leave things behind as it's to be in the moment, creating, doing in the moment, um, is far more an artist's reward. That's the reward I get from doing things. It's not that I have any illusion that anything I do will last more than 15 minutes on the internet, and like that's about it, if that, and will be unregarded. I think it's I don't do that. I don't make videos. I don't talk to myself, except for the process. This is all process, what we're doing right now. This is nothing that I expect anyone is ever going to see, much less going to touch anyone else. I think I do this. I'm a very selfish artist that way. But I think there's a deeper lesson of doing art. It's the creation of the art. It's not so much a legacy or anything like that. That is stuff that has nothing to do with the artist. It's like, what can you do to make your life meaningful for you at the time? I mean, he talks to someone about like, oh, passing the time before the inevitable, and this is my passing the time before the inevitable. And it's maybe a very odd thing to stand in a room and talk to myself, talk to this camera, but it fulfills something for me. It gives me a kind of satisfaction, as kind of entertaining myself, a kind of stretching of myself, um, which must seem kind of pathetic. I'd say if anyone kind of comes across this video, it's like this guy's just standing there talking to himself, and he's finding that fulfilling. He's finding that meaningful. Like, is there anything more definition of just dumping yourself into the void? I mean, we're all hurtling through the void right now, guys. I just found some kind of odd way to do it. So I guess, yeah, that's where I'm at the moment. It's not a super up place. It's not super much despair. It's that kind of, there's a little bit. There's a little bit of despair. Uh, and I'm just sitting with it. And I'm letting it just sort of sit there and acknowledging it and going, there, yeah, you're there. It's okay. It's okay. All right. I'll leave it with that. I don't know if I actually said anything.